guys, again to today's class on quadratic equation. Remember, we have uploaded many videos on quadratic equation, starting from introduction to it, to nature of roots of quadratic equation, derivation of formula, important formula in quadratic equation. So do well to enjoy those videos in my channel by clicking Chidon's Daniel quadratic equation. You'll see videos on it. So today we'll be looking into another aspect of it, that is problem solving on quadratic equation. I want to see how to solve this problem we have on the board. If alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation or of the equation this, find the equation with integer coefficients whose roots are. Now, before you solve questions like this, all you need to do is to write the equation they talk about. Write it out. Compare it with general form of quadratic equation, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. As you compare, you will see that x squared, xx. So you now see that a automatically will be equal to 2. A is equal to 2. Then b will be equal to minus 3. And c will be equals to minus 1. Please be very careful with the signs. If you say b is equals to 3, that is wrong. C equal to plus 1, that is wrong. Please check it up. C equal to minus 1, b equal to minus 3, and so on. Now, for you to do it, you have to get the sum of the roots. Since they say if alpha and beta are the roots, get the sum of the roots. Sum means results after addition. So it means add the two roots, which is alpha and beta, add them. In quadratic equation, in those videos we have uploaded in our channel, we noted that alpha plus beta was derived to be minus b over a. That means, what is our minus b? Our b is minus 3 and our a is 2. Please watch your signs. That will be giving you 3 over 2. Then get the product of the roots. There are another point to do. Product of the root means multiply alpha and beta. You get alpha beta equals to, from the formulas we derived in the videos we have on quadratic equation, we say that alpha beta is c over a. So what is our c? Minus 1. And what is our a? 2. So we have alpha beta to be minus 1 over 2 and alpha plus beta to be 3 over 2. Now we come to the question. They said we should find the equation that have this root. We say sum of new roots. Sum of new roots will be 1 over alpha squared plus 1 over beta squared. We have to get the sum of new roots, LCM, alpha squared, beta squared, because that is what they have at the denominator. So what we now do is alpha squared divide this is beta squared times 1 beta squared, plus beta squared divide this alpha squared times 1 alpha squared. So that will be giving us what we have as alpha squared plus beta squared. Because beta squared plus alpha squared is the same thing as alpha squared plus beta squared. It's like someone telling you 2 plus 3. Is it the same thing with 3 plus 2? They are the same, because addition of two numbers are commutative. Also, multiplication of two numbers are commutative. That is, you get the same answer when you add 2 plus 3 and 3 plus 2. 2 times 3 and 3 times 2. That is what I mean by commutative rule or property. Okay, that is by the way. We now see from quadratic equation, from those formula we derive, we said that this is the same thing of saying alpha plus beta all square minus 2 alpha beta. This is the same thing with alpha plus beta all square minus 2 alpha beta. Please try to watch it on my channel by clicking Chidon's Daniel quadratic equation. You now see a point where we did these derivations and note it. Okay, so what I have at the numerator will be converted to alpha plus beta all square minus 2 alpha beta all over alpha square beta square is the same thing as alpha beta all square using power law of indices. This one have power square, this one have power 2, so both of them have power 2. Now what is alpha plus beta? We come to this point. What is our alpha plus beta? I'll write 3 over 2. We say all squared, we square, minus 2 bracket. What is alpha beta? Minus 1 over 2. Remember, I said what is alpha plus beta? We check. 3 over 2, we write. What is alpha beta? We check. Minus 1 over 2, I will write accordingly. All over alpha beta minus 1 over 2 all squared. Now sorting this out because we want to get the sum of the roots. Once we get the sum of the roots, we note it. Once we get the sum of the roots, we note it. 3 square is 9. 2 square is 4. Minus times minus is plus. 2 divide 2. Everything will be remaining 1. All over minus 1 square is 1. 2 square, okay, let me package it well. Divided by minus 1 square is 1. 2 square is 4. Okay? So what I will now do is I will now say this is equals to this LCM 4. 4 divided 4, 1 times 1, 9, plus 1 divided 4 times 1, 4. Okay? That will be giving me divided by 1 over 4. 9 plus 4 is what? 13 over 4. Change division to times, then invert the second fraction, 4 over 1. That will be giving me 13. Answer. We say sum of the roots gave us 13. Please note it. We go to product of the roots. Product of the roots. To get the product of the roots, we now multiply the two. We now say product means multiply the two. So times 1 over beta square. That will be giving me 1 over alpha square beta square. Accordingly, then I will be having alpha square beta square the same thing as alpha beta all square. And what is my alpha beta? I'll look. My alpha beta is minus 1 over 2. Minus 1 over 2 all squared. That will be giving me 1 over minus 1 square, 1. Minus 1 square means minus 1 times minus 1, that is 1. 2 square means 2 times 2, 4. Now, inverse of 1 over 4. Inverse of 1 over 4 means write 4. Inverse of 1 over 4 means write 4. So product of the root is equals to 4. Now the equation will become x squared minus sum of the roots x plus product of the roots equals to 0. Please note this formula. What is our sum of the roots? That is 13. We'll attach x plus what is our product of the roots? 4 equals to 0. So that is the answer to question A part of it. Then we go to question B part of it. We will leave this constant because We have it from this, we got it from this. We now go to sum of the roots of the second question. The second question say alpha square over beta square and beta square over alpha square. Let's see what to get there. We now say sum of the root becomes alpha square over beta square plus beta square over alpha square. Remember, sum simply means result after addition or answer you will get after addition. It doesn't mean to add or it doesn't mean addition. Instead, it means the answer you will get. So let's see our answer. LCM will become multiply the denominator beta square alpha square. Beta square divide everything here. It will leave you with alpha square, that is beta square alpha square over beta square. This will cancel, the leaving with alpha square. Alpha square times alpha square, alpha raised to power 4 plus this divide will leave you with beta square. Beta square times this, beta raised to power 4. Now, it is important for you to know what is equivalent to or what is the answer to alpha square plus beta square from quadratic equation. Now, to get it, remember that alpha, let's see how it was derived. Alpha plus beta all squared, all raised to power 4. If we are to expand this, if we are to expand it, we can now from there get the value of this. I just want to use this opportunity to recap what we have done in those videos. So to expand it, apply Pascal triangle rule. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and so on. 1 plus nothing, 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 1 plus nothing, 1. 1 plus 2, 3. 2 plus 1, 3. 1 plus nothing, 1. 1 plus this, 4. 3 plus this, 6. 3 plus 1, 4. 1 plus nothing, 1. 1 plus this, 5. 4 plus 6, 10. 6 plus 4, 10. 4 plus 1, 5. 1 plus nothing, 1. This is when the power is 0, when the power is 1, when the power is 2, when the power is 3, when the power is 4. So because our power is 4, we have to stop here so that we will not waste our time. We now say, let's pick the combinatorial coefficient. We call this combinatorial coefficient in binomial theory. So we now write it 1, 4, 6, 4, and 1. Then this one will have power of 4. Beta will be having power of 0 plus this one, the power 4 will reduce by 1. It will give you power of 3. Beta will be increasing by 1, power of 1 plus this one will be reducing by power of 1, alpha square. This one will be increasing by power of 1, beta square plus this one will be reducing by power of 1, then this one will be increasing by power of 1 plus 1. This one will be reducing by power of 1, then this one will be increasing by power of 1. So we have it this way. Anything raised to power of 0 is 1. So this one is 1, this one is 1. I'll be having alpha raised to power of 4 plus 4 alpha cube beta plus 6 alpha. Alpha square beta square is this all squared plus 4 alpha beta cube plus beta raised to power of 4. Now hold these two, hold them this side. Take the other ones to the other side. It then means that I am holding alpha this plus what? Beta raised to power of 4. I'm holding the two. That means I'm taking the other ones to this side. This will be alpha plus beta raised to power of 4 minus this coming here will be 4 alpha cube beta. This one coming here minus 6 alpha beta all squared. This one coming here minus 4 alpha beta cube. So that is it. We still need to simplify it to see the final thing it will give us. To simplify it, we now say that alpha raised to power 4 plus beta raised to power 4 is the same thing as or is equals to alpha plus beta all raised to power of 4. Then bringing them together, you now see that we'll bring these two together and they have what? Alpha beta in common. Then since they have alpha beta in common, if here you remove alpha beta here, it will remain alpha squared. Then come to this side, it will remain beta squared. I am connecting these two together. They have 4 alpha beta in common, leaving you alpha square and beta square. You package it here. Then you come to this side, you now say minus 6 alpha beta all squared. Then just simplification is what you will do to get your final value. Alpha plus beta all raised to power of 4 minus 4 alpha beta bracket. This one has the formula to be alpha plus beta all squared minus 2 alpha beta. You close it, minus 6 alpha beta all squared. Then you now say that alpha plus beta all raised to power of 4 minus this times is 4 alpha beta bracket alpha plus beta all square. Then this times is plus 8 alpha beta all squared minus 6 alpha beta all squared. Then from here you collect like terms. This minus this will be giving you 2 alpha beta all squared. You have it to be 8 alpha beta all squared minus 6 alpha beta all squared will be giving you 2 alpha beta all squared. Then minus 4 alpha beta bracket alpha plus beta all squared. Then alpha plus beta all raised to power of 4. Okay, remember that is our numerator. Let's package it now. What is our alpha plus beta? We have it to be 3/2 raised to power of 4 minus 4 bracket. What is our alpha beta? Alpha beta is minus 1/2 bracket alpha plus beta 3/2 all squared. Then plus 2 alpha beta all squared minus 1/2 all squared. So 3 raised to power 4 is 81. 2 raised to power 4 is 16. Minus this one will be giving us 9/4. That is 3 square over 2 square times minus 1 over 2. So minus times minus is plus. So plus will disappear. Plus will now appear times 4 over 1. This will cancel this, leaving you with 9 over 2 minus, okay, plus 9 over 2. Because minus times minus is plus. Okay? Plus this squared. Minus 1 squared is plus. So we have 1 plus 1. 2 squared is 4 times 2. That is 1 over 2. 1 over 2. We now have everything to be LCM 16. 16 divided 16, 1. 1 times 8, 1. 8 to 1 plus 2 divided 16, 8. 8 times 9. 8 times 9 is 72. Plus 2 divided 16, 8. 8 times 1, 8. So we have it as 81 plus 72 plus 8. That will be giving us 1, carry 1, 15, 161. That will be giving us 161 over 16. We hold it here. Remember, this is the numerator that we simplify. The question we have is this, all over alpha, beta, all raised to the power of 2. But we simplify this. Look at what is simplified, but what we need is alpha raised to the power of 4 plus beta raised to the power of 4 all over alpha, beta, all squared. This is what we needed in this question. Now, what we need to do now is alpha, beta, all squared. We need to get it. To get alpha, beta, all squared, we say alpha, beta is minus 1 over 2, minus 1 over 2, all squared. Minus 1 squared, 1, 2 squared, 4. That will be giving us 1 over 4. Therefore, we say this divided by 1 over 4. We now have it to be, we now have it to be 161 over 4 over 16 place. Change division to what? Times. In fact, 1 over 4 will give you 4 over 1. That will be giving us this for 161 over 4. That means our sum of roots is 161 over 4. We note it. This is equal to sum of roots. Let's go to product of roots. So we've been able to see what this sum of roots is. The product of roots is what we are going into now. We say product of roots means multiply the two. That means alpha this over beta this times beta square all over alpha square. This will cancel this will cancel, everything will be 1. So also say product of roots is equal to 1. Then you package in the general formula, general equation, which says that the equation becomes s squared minus sum of roots s plus product of roots equal to 0. S squared minus, what is our sum of roots? 161 over 4 x. Then we now say plus product of roots is 1 equals to 0. You can have your answer to be this. Someone can also say this denominator, look for LCM of every denominator. When you look for LCM, it will be 4. Use that LCM to multiply. 4 times this, 4s squared. 4 times this, 4 will cancel 4, leaving you with 161x plus 4 times 1, 4 equal to 0. So you can have the equation this way or this way. We go to the last question, which is to find the equation for this. Now, to find it, this is for question B, that is the equation. For C on, we'll say, let's get our sum of the roots. The sum of roots becomes, add the two. 4 alpha plus 3 beta plus 4 beta plus 3 alpha. 4 alpha plus 3 alpha will give you 7 alpha. 3 beta plus 4 beta will be giving you 7 beta. So that will be 7 bracket alpha plus beta. And what is our alpha plus beta? 3 over 2. We have it to be 7 bracket 3 over 2. Okay? 7 times is 21 over 2. That means our sum of roots is equals to 21 over 2. Sum of roots equal to 21 over 2. We go to product of the roots. To get the product of the roots, we now say multiply. Product of root becomes 4 alpha plus 3 beta times 4 beta plus 3 alpha. This times is 16 alpha beta. This times is 12 alpha squared. This times is plus 12 beta squared. This times is plus 9 alpha beta. This plus this will be giving you 25 alpha beta plus factorize 12 bracket alpha square plus beta squared. And we know that alpha square plus beta square is the same thing as alpha plus beta all squared minus 2 alpha beta. So what we now do is that we put the values, we'll start substituting. Substituting, we'll be having what is the alpha beta, that is minus 1 over 2. We say 25 bracket minus 1 over 2 plus 12 bracket alpha plus beta all squared 3 over 2 all squared minus 2 bracket minus 1 over 2. Okay? So I'm now to simplify it. So to simplify, this times this will be giving me minus 25 over 2. Okay? Then plus 12 bracket. This one will be giving me 9 over 4. Minus times minus plus. This cancel this 1. So simplifying 9 over 4 plus 1 will be giving us 13 over 4. 9 over 4 plus 1 over 1 equals to 9 plus 1 divided 4. 4 times is equal to 13 over 4. Okay? So we now say that what we will be having is equals to minus 25 over 2 plus 12 times 13 over 4. This will cancel this to give you 3. 3 times is 39. So we'll be having it to be minus 25 over 2 plus 39. So their LCM will be what? 2 minus 25 plus 2 times this is 78. So you now ask yourself, 78 minus 25 will be giving you what? 53. That means our product of roots will be equals to 53. We say is equals to 53 over 2. We say product of root equal to 53 over 2. That is our final answer. Then we package our sum of root and product of root in the formula we have below. In the formula we need to use to get the equation, which is x squared minus sum of root x plus product of root equal to 0. x square minus sum of root 21 over 2 x plus product of root is also 53 over 2 equals to 0. At this point, this is the equation, or look for the LCM of everything. That is 2. Use it to multiply the numerator. 2 times this, 2x squared. 2 times 21 over 2. 2 times 21 over 2 will give you 21. So minus 21x. 2 times 53 over 2 plus 53 equals to 0. So that means either of these two equations, that is for question number C. Thank you for watching today's video.